Potter's Journal. Today in the pottery studio, me finishing up some syrup jugs, putting some sgraffito decoration on them, and we will be paying homage to the syrup makers of the past. They used to use horse and wagon, okay, to get through the snow. I am using a toboggan. I'm strictly small time. Let's see. Okay, what's going on in the studio today? Just right. The weather has to be just right for the sap to flow. Freezing at night, thawing in the day, and the little syrup jugs, okay, to put the slip on for the sgraffito. They have to be just right too, and I think they're just at that point now. And these are, I guess, leather hard. The slip, I guess I'm lucky. I've got it just the right consistency. I've done this a few times now, so maybe... Okay, I'm slowly figuring it out, but I think people do mix it up to different consistencies. Okay, and you saw the snow out there when I was bringing it in on the toboggan. Let me give you a look back, okay, to a couple days earlier. When the snow was a real surprise one morning. I think a lot of people do it with horses because they can get through the snow easier. Today we're using skis, and I'm going to switch out some empty buckets for some full ones, hopefully. Oh, and Ralph already knows where the next tree is. Oh, I don't believe it. Look who else is checking out the tap line. Not Ralph. It's the weaver. It's your grandma. Ralph, what's she doing out here? Don't you know better? It's too cold to be out here today.
It's cold out here today.
This has been a real adventure. Okay, my toboggan. Here's the guys with the horses. I think this was made for school kids in areas of the world where they can do this, to encourage it. And this is the little one that came with my kit with the taps and the tubes. Okay, to decorate my jugs, I'm thinking what kind of designs, and I tried the maple leaf, but in the end I came up with, okay, the maple syrup guy and a log cabin. And maybe for Rooster Hill Farms, when I go into business selling this stuff, pure maple, we'll do the little dog. Okay. Yeah, no, what came with the kit was the taps. 10 of those. I only used 5. So here's the log cabin. I've penciled them on here first. I don't exactly follow it, but it, you know, gives me the proportion, and I know that if I want it, okay, is centered in the middle of the pot on both sides of the little lugs where we'll put the wire handles that hopefully will have the design there. Okay. Yeah, no, there are so many things that have to be done in specific parts of the world and can't be done anywhere else. You have to have the right terroir for a vineyard and grapes. And it just turns out that I'm in, one of those parts of the world where we have the right terroir, the right trees, the right soil, most importantly, the right climate and temperature. That it's all about, after a winter, the freeze-thaw cycle, day and night, where you've got the above, freezing temperatures in the day and below freezing at night. So some days, depending on how it's cycling, I'll go out and there'll be maybe a half a gallon, and it seems like other days I'll collect 2 gallons, a gallon in the morning and another gallon in the evening. I was going for 12 gallons, but it's time about now to start the boil. I think I may go for 24 gallons. And this is a great end of winter activity, that it's, the end of winter. It's not really the end of winter, that winter's still coming at us. And, winter is still coming at us, and then someday it'll be spring-like. And there we've got our Rooster Hill Farm pure maple. Let's do maple syrup guy now. And that's the one that surprised me, that just anybody can do this. You don't have to have, the cap and the beard and the plaid jacket in order to make maple syrup. You just need the right terroir. And the right time of the year, according to the little pamphlet that came to me, was, I don't know, I thought it said mid-March and into April, but I tapped the trees on February 21st. And I think I could have done it even a week earlier, because we were starting to get the freeze-thaw thing. So it could be, that this is Pennsylvania and not Vermont. Or it could be what's happening this year. And like everything, climate, has a lot to do with it. So put a little, funny little thing, whatever you call those, on top of the hat. And that's apparently the hardest part to do. And then I put an open shirt here so that we can tell that he has a beard. And we'll put the plaids in the right places so that they don't distract from the beard. Well, yeah. I hope I got that right. Plaid. And then we'll put him in the woods. So I do live in the woods. And actually, I found out my neighbor has done this too. Who would have ever thought? Now the trees I have are red maple. They, along with the sugar maple, are the most commonly used or tapped ones because, yeah, they have, I guess, the right amount of, sugar in the sap. Others, I believe, have way too much water, which would require a lot of boiling. And we'll start that process in the next video and get these in the kiln fire. That's the scary part, always. The firing. And let's see, what did I do with the last one? Okay, I put a horizon line around him, so maybe we'll do that with this one too. And to play it safe, so we don't have too much. And then these are made so they can be grabbed and poured without a handle, and some have the lugs for the handles. We will do the little bird design that everybody likes so much. Just to play it safe on this last one. Okay, and there's what it'll look like when it's finished. I thought I'd better pull one out to make sure that, okay, I'm doing this right. Not that they need to all be the same, that I want some variation from piece to piece, but, and, okay, as far as slipware goes, I don't know if sgraffito is the easiest way. I will have to, at some point, try doing this with a slip trailer. I think on a flat surface, though, would be the way to do it first, and not on the side of a jug. Okay, so it's a very traditional tulip and heart tulip pattern, and then we'll add the birds to it. So I've went through my woods and counted my maple trees. I've got a ton of maple trees. If I really wanted to turn my farm into a money-losing, which I have to say it pretty much is to begin with, thing, I could go into business, but first I guess I better see if I can boil them, actually get it boiled down to make the syrup. The number is roughly 40 to 1. 40 gallons of sap should boil down to approximately 1 gallon of syrup. And I'm looking at this, well, I was just going to collect, as I said, 12 gallons, but I've upped it to 24. I still may up it again to okay, another 12 gallons, so we'll see what happens yet. And I guess some of it has to do too with if we come to the end of the freeze-thaw cycle. So once we come to the end of the freeze-thaw cycle, and this bird somehow lost his charm, I need to, I think, give it a bigger body in order to put, and I might come back here and put the eye in with a needle tool. So it's a bird looking over his shoulder, I guess. And a lot of the slipware, the early American slipware, the designs, the houses, if they were commemorative pieces with a person, they were done by non-trained artists. So they were primitives, naives, folk art drawings. So that's why I'm not too worried about getting things perfect and exact. That was the charm of those pieces, and that's what we're looking for here. And that each one of these will be different. That the original one I did copy, or not copy, I transposed from Okay, either an English slipware piece or an early American piece, but each time comes out a little bit different. Okay. So, let's say stop back next week for the boil and either the glazing or the kiln opening. And before I will close out today with a look back to, okay, I tapped the first tree February 21st. This is now started the second week of March. A look back to when I thought winter was over and when I thought a little dusting of snow was a big deal. And now we've got, okay, the end of a second, or that big snowfall you saw me out in. And today, a light little frosting of snow and frost. I'm only collecting about a half or a quarter. Not so much because of the cold, but because we had a number of days and nights above freezing. And now the cold, so that's, I guess, slowed it down.